Hey Slobies, welcome to another Chit Chat Saturday, and today there's a topic that has been looming over my head for the longest time, and I just want to talk about it. Nipples. Women have them, men have them, but of course my nipples are sexualized, so I have to wear a contraption that has foam on it that's uncomfortable. Not only that, when you live in Houston that has like 80% humidity, it is hot as wearing a bra. I wanted to just liberate them today and give you 10 tips on how to go braless, because I am braless about 90% of the time. The only time when I'm not braless is when my nippies are really out there. Now the funny thing is, Momsies, she is braless about 70% of the time. When she is home, those girls are just out doing whatever they want to do. Let's just stop sexualizing nipples, and I think it will help if we just say it a couple of times. Nipples, 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 nipples. I mean, it's not fair. It is really not fair that guys can just put on a t-shirt and walk out and not have these labels attached to them. Honestly, to me, I think nipples are cute. I think that when a girl's wearing a tank and some of it is showing through, it's kind of like an accessory. I think it's adorable and it actually shows that she's edgy and cool. But unfortunately, society is not caught up to that, so we have to hide them in strategic manners. I am going to give you guys 10 tips on how I go braless, and hopefully you guys will pick up on this and use it for this summer, because I know it's hot and it sucks to wear something that is padded. One quick thing, you're not supposed to wear your bra when you sleep at night. The less you wear your bra, actually, the lower the chances of you developing breast cancer. That's just something I read. I don't know it's true. Fact check me on that one, please. Okay, so tip number one, which is the most obvious one, it is wearing tape. I have two types of tapes here for you, so I'm gonna talk about each one. The first one that you can actually buy, they're just little patches that looks like a flower that goes right above your boob. I think these are a lot better because they're cheaper and they're smaller, so you're not wasting a bunch of materials. So this first one is heavy duty cloth tape. This is just like a medical tape. If you go into the Band-Aid section of Walmart or Target, you can just find these. The cloth is very thin and it's soft, so if you kind of push your nipple in and then put the tape over it, it really softens it up. And this one is called moleskin tape, and I have them already pre-cut out. The reason why I use this one, because it's the same color as my skin. Well, not quite, but you know, it's a skin tone, and so when I put it over my nipples and when I'm wearing a shirt that's a little bit more on the sheer side, at least it doesn't look like there's like a dark spot right here, which kind of defeats the purpose, because obviously if you see a dark spot here, you know that there's supposed to be a nipple there. So this is the one that I would wear if I want to really just cover up the color and also the nips. So now we're just gonna totally move on with style. So tip number two, you can try to wear something with ruffles. The cool thing about ruffles is that it covers up a lot of stuff and you really can't see it because it's billowy. I love wearing ruffles. Every time I find a shirt or a tank that has ruffles on it, I'm like, yes, this is a shirt that I don't have to wear a bra with, and I immediately buy it. Tip number three would have to be the top that I'm wearing. Actually, tip number 3 and 4. So the first thing is wear something that has a thicker fabric. So this is kind of like a cable knit top. If you look really close, it looks like a sweater texture, so it adds an extra layer over your nipples. But tip number 3 is wear something in a darker color. There's something about wearing a darker color where you can't really notice your nipples just because it's not sticking out and the shadows are being erased by the dark colors, and that's how you can't see them. Profile wise, you might see them sticking out, but face forward, you can't really tell that you have nipples. So wear something that's in a darker color. Tip number 5, wearing a material that is not too stretchable, especially fake leather. And the reason why is because these tops always come with side darts like this, and these darts actually helps create a 3D effect already, so it kind of looks like you're already wearing a bra. So any kind of material that is hard for you to put your finger through, most likely you're not gonna have any problems with your nipples. As far as I know, nipples aren't gonna be trying to escape from your top. Tip number 6, wearing a top with a lot of decorative elements to it. For example, this top, in the front there's a lot of embroidery here, and the embroidery adds a layer of thickness to the front, and on top of that it also kind of acts just like the last top where it prevents your nipples from trying to escape. Tip number 7. Now, if you're wearing something extremely sheer and you really want to cover it up, there's nothing easier than throwing some kind of jacket or vest over it. It's just so simple. The only problem is that you can't take it off unless you really don't care who really sees it. You know, you can wear something over it and that's easy enough. And actually, this one is also from Target and I have a blue one as well, and they end up being some of my favorite pieces in my closet because I can wear it with literally everything. Tip number 8. Layering. So this goes without saying, the more layers you put on, the more it's gonna cover up your lady bits. And this top is actually one of my favorites because it has pleats in it, and I think pleats are really cool. Actually, if you guys notice this, a lot of my clothes is black and white, and the only color that I believe in is red. Note that. But yeah, just put like a spaghetti strap over a top. So I like to do this a lot because I think it adds a little bit of coolness to your outfit, and it's so easy and you can get away without wearing a bra. Tip number 9, wearing a top that has pockets in the front, which is not showing up on camera right now because it is extremely white. Now the pockets in the front will just help cover up your nipples because it adds another layer in the front, especially pockets with these little flappies, which is technically triple the layer, so you don't even have to worry at all, even if it ends up being cold, because this is actually like a 4 or 5 layer kind of ordeal that's going on right at the nipply parts. And lastly, tip number 10, wearing something that has crazy patterns. Just because the eyes is not going to draw itself to that one little point that's sticking out, the crazier the pattern, and even if you can get something in a darker color, you're doing yourself so many favors. This dress is made of rayon, and you guys know how rayon is super fine and clings to a lot of stuff, especially nipples. So get something that is in darker tone with a lot of patterns over it, so people are just not staring at the 2 things that are sticking out of your chest. And lastly, this is not a tip, it's just number 11 that I'm throwing out there. Just say it. Who cares if your nipples are hanging out? Who cares if you're not wearing a bra? Only person that this is affecting is no one. And I don't think anyone has a right to be offended by nipples because it's actually a beautiful thing. And if you ask your mom, you might find out that you've been breastfed, so it's a little scary. Just wear whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. And if people are going to look at it and sexualize it and think that you're a skank, whatever, let me tell them something. They are actually the perverts, not you. But once again, I know society hasn't caught up yet. The nipples is still kind of an offensive thing, which kind of sucks. But if you're brave enough, go braless. And I go braless about 90% of the time in the summer. I go 100% braless during the winter because I can layer it up and the sweaters are really, really thick. So I want to know how many of you guys are letting your puppies roam free right now? Yeah, just comment down below if you like this video. Be sure to actually like it, share it with everyone that you know, and of course if you want to support me, subscribe to my channel. Also, if you guys missed Wednesday's DIY, be sure to check it out because we made these really awesome and cute pillowcases, so y'all know what to do at the end of my videos. Remember to always rock on, Slobies. Bye! Hey Slobies, welcome back to another DIY Wednesday, and today I am going to show you guys how to make these decorative pillows. Combines 2 of my most favorite things right now, sewing and home decor. You guys know that I am in my new studio right now, so I'm still trying to decorate it a little bit more.